It is our responsibility, and it's our duty for every Christian, every Christ follower. It's the Great Commission, Matthew 28:19, go and make disciples. Well, to make disciples, you actually have to talk to them at some point. And that's what evangelism is. It's just a gospel conversation. Confronting people, talking about sin, talking about God, talking about Christ, and then ultimately, letting them respond to that message. On top of that, I think looking at maybe what's the motivation for asking that kind of question. When somebody has that doubt, I think that it's maybe good to look, is there a question behind that question? Again, what's the motivation for asking something like that? And I think probably there's two parts. There's a person that's maybe new to the Christian faith and not really knowing what to do next, where to start. So there's a sincere question. Do I do it? Do I just bring him to church? Does the pastor? Do I call him up? Does he come over? How all does that work? So I think there's a sincere part. But I think probably, this is where I'm probably going to step on toes, but I think that probably more people are going to fall into the category of, I'm asking this because I'm afraid. So there's that fear part. Or maybe looking for some type of an excuse. I don't want to do this because, I'm afraid, or maybe there's been a bad experience or something in the past, and trying to push that off to somebody else. And I think that when you start to look for excuses, you're actually trying to find a way to be disobedient to God and what God's Word has clearly shown us. So what do you do from there? Well, there needs to be some self-examination to start. And again, this is where I'm going to step on some toes, but you need to do some real soul searching to find out. Charles Spurgeon even said that if you don't have a concern for the lost, then you are not saved yourself. Be sure of that. That's some powerful words from Charles Spurgeon. And that should be kind of a wake-up call. Do we have that concern? Do we have that compassion for the lost people that are out there, that we encounter every day? Understanding that at any moment somebody could slip into eternity because of a car accident, because of a brain aneurysm, whatever the circumstances are. Death is quickly approaching us. Every day that we live, we're getting closer. And if that person dies in their sins, they're going to hell for eternity. Does that concern us? If it doesn't, then we need to examine ourselves to see if we really are Christian. If it does concern us, in which it should, then we need to consider what God has done for us, the gospel, to save us. And that's where the compassion starts. Understanding our sin, understanding what God has done for us to save us, and the depth and the length and the width of what He has done for us in the gospel. We can't wrap our arms around it, but this is what He did for us. So our response is one out of love. It's not out of obligation. Well, I got to go and talk to 5 people this week. No, it's out of compassion. It's out of that love. It's out of that response that we love because He first loved us.